Chapter 4: The Mission of Marriage. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, to make her holy, cleansing her by washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. Ephesians 5:25-27. We have spent time discussing what marriage is, but now let's ask, what is it for? What is the purpose of marriage? The Bible's answer to this question starts with the principle that marriage is a friendship. Loneliness in paradise. In Genesis 1:2, as God was creating the world, he looked at what he had done and repeatedly said it was good. The assessment is given 7 times in the first chapter alone, emphasizing the strongest possible manner. How great and glorious the created material world is. It is striking, then, that after God created the first man, he said, "It is not good that man should be alone." It is striking not just by contrast with all we have read so far, but it raises a question. How could Adam be in a not good condition when he was in a perfect world and had evidently a perfect relationship with God? Second. The answer may lie in the statement of God in Genesis 1:26. Let us make man in our own image. Readers instantly ask the question, who is us? Who is God talking to? One answer is that God is talking to the angels around him, but there is no indication anywhere in the Bible that the angels participated with God in the creation of human beings. Christian theologians over centuries have seen here an allusion to the truth only revealed after the coming of Jesus into the world, namely that God is triune, and that one God has existed from all eternity as 3 persons, Father, Son, and Spirit, who know and love one another, and therefore, among other things, being created in God's image means that we were designed for relationships. So here is Adam, created by God and put into the Garden of Paradise. And yet his aloneness is not good. The Genesis narrative is implying that our intense relational capacity, created and given to us by God, was not fulfilled completely by our vertical relationship with him. God designed us to need horizontal relationships with other human beings. That is why, even in paradise, loneliness was a terrible thing. We should therefore not be surprised to find that all the money, comforts, and pleasures in the world, our efforts to recreate a paradise for ourselves, are unable to fulfill us like love can. This is confirmation of our intuition that family and relationships are a greater blessing and provide greater satisfaction than anything money can buy. In response to being alone, God created what the text calls Izir, a word that means helper, companion, a friend. When the man sees the woman, he responds in poetry. At last, he says, "This is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh." Some have proposed that he is saying, "Meaning you fills a void in me," and so we see that in the beginning God gave the man a companion to be his spouse. The female speaker in Song of Solomon echoes Adam when she says, "This is my lover, this is my friend." What is friendship? The Bible, and particularly the book of Proverbs, spends much time describing and defining it. One of the prime qualities of a friend is constancy. Friends love at all times, and especially during adversity. The counterfeit is a fair-weather friend who comes over when you are successful but goes away if prosperity, status, or influence wanes. True friends stick closer than a brother. They are always there for you. Another of the essential characteristics of a friendship is transparency and candor. Real friends encourage and affectionately affirm one another. Yet real friends also offer bracing critiques. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Like a surgeon, friends cut you in order to heal you. Friends become wiser together through a healthy clash of viewpoints. As iron sharpens iron, so friends sharpen friend. There are 2 features of real friendship: constancy, transparency. Real friends always let you in, and they never let you down. A writer once described a relationship that united the 2 things she spoke of: the inexpressible comfort of feeling safe with a person, having neither to weigh thoughts nor measure words, but pouring them all right out, just as they are, chaff and grain together, certain that a faithful hand will take and sift them, keep what is worth keeping, and then with the breath of kindness blow the rest away. However, there is a third quality to friendship, and it is not easy to put a single word. The right word literally is sympathy, sympathos, common passion. This means that friendships are discovered more than they are created at will. They arise between people who discover that they have common interest in and longings for the same things. Ralph Waldo Emerson and C.S. Lewis each wrote well-known essays about a common vision can unite people in different temperaments. Lewis insisted that the essence of friendship is exclamation. You too? Question mark. While erotic love can be depicted as two people looking at another, friendship can be depicted as two people standing side by side, looking at the object and being stirred and entranced by it together. Lewis speaks of the secret thread that runs through the movies, books, art, music, pastimes, ideas, and scenery that most deeply moves us. When we meet another person who shares this thread with us, there is a potential for a real friendship if nurtured with transparency and constancy. The paradox is that friendship cannot be merely about itself, it must be about something else, something that both friends are committed to and passionate about besides one another. Friendship arises when two or more discover that they have in common some insight or interest. Emerson said, "Do you love me?" means do you see the same truth, or at least do you care about the same truth? The man who agrees with that some question little regarded by others is of great importance can be our friend. That is why pathetic people who simply want friends can never make any. The very condition of having friends is that we should want something else besides friends. Where the truthful answer to the question is, do you see the same truth? Would be, I don't care about the truth, I only want you to be my friend. No friendship can arise. Friendship must be about something, even if it were only enthusiasm for dominoes or white mice. That's random. Those who have nothing can share nothing. Those who are going nowhere can have no fellow travelers. Those who have nothing can share nothing. Those who are going nowhere can have no fellow travelers. Christian friendship. When we come to the New Testament, there is a new layer added to our understanding of friendship. Friendship is only possible when there is common vision and passion. Think of what that means for all Christians. For believers in Christ, despite enormous differences in class, temperament, culture, race, sensibility, and personal history, there is underlying commonality that is more powerful than them all. This is not so much a thread as an indestructible steel cable. Christians have all experienced of the grace of God in the gospel of Jesus. We have all had our identity changed as the root, so now God's calling and love are more foundational to who we are than anything else, than any other thing. And we also long for the same future, journey to the same horizon, what the Bible calls new creation. Paul speaks of the good work God is doing in believers that will be complete at the end of time. Philippians 1:6. We will become our true selves, the persons we were created to be, freed from all flaws, imperfections, and weaknesses. He speaks of the glory that will be revealed in us, a liberation from our bondage to decay, the glorious freedom of children of God. We hope and wait eagerly for this final, full redemption. What does this mean? It means that any two Christians, with nothing else but a common faith in Christ, can have robust friendship, helping each other on their journey towards the new creation, as well as doing ministry together in the world. How can they do that? They do it through spiritual transparency. Christian friends are not only to honestly confess their own sins to each other, but they are to lovingly point out their friend's sins if he or she is blind to them. You should give your Christian friends hunting license to confront you if you are failing to live in line with your commitment. Christian friends are to stir one another up, even provoking one another to get them off dead center. This isn't to happen infrequently, which should happen at a very concrete level every day. Hebrews 3:13. Christian friends admit wrongs, offer or ask forgiveness, and take steps to reconcile when one disappoints another. The other way is spiritual constancy. Christian friends bear each other's burdens. They should be there for each other through thick and thin, sharing their goods and their very lives with each other if there is need. Friends must encourage each other through honor and affirmation. They are to identify and call out one another's gifts, strengths, and abilities. They are to build up each other's faith through study and common worship. The picture of the Bible draws of spiritual friendship is remarkable. Christian friendship is not simply about going to concerts together or enjoying the same sporting events. It is the deep oneness that develops as two people journey together toward the same destination, helping one another through the dangers and challenges along the way. There have been numerous buddy movies made over the years of all types and all levels of artistic merit. From the leather stocking tales of James Fenimore Cooper to the 1967 film The Dirty Dozen to the classic The Lord of the Rings. In each story, I'm actually going to stop there. This is 11 minutes long.